What's going on, everyone? I'm Chris Baker.
And I'm Ty Backer.
Welcome to episode 150 of Behind the Toolbelt with TC Backer Construction.
TC Backer. Roofing, siding, windows, gutters, solar. Roofing, siding, windows, gutters, solar. TC Backer, TC Backer.
Behind the Tool Belt is sponsored by Lead Scout. Find out more at leadscoutapp.com.
TC Backer, TC Backer.
Boom, TC Backer family. Hopefully everyone's enjoying their week, man. We got a good episode here. We actually don't have any guests, man.
No, we don't.
It's good to see you, brother.
Yeah, it's good
to see
you.
you. We're going to do a little bit of a RoofCon recap here. I'm actually just as interested as you guys probably are. I unfortunately missed it this year. So we're going to get all the juicy details.
Yeah.
My man got to break his cherry on the main stage down there.
I did.
I actually got to watch that. It was very inspiring. If you guys have not seen that, definitely hop on our Facebook page and go check that out, because it was definitely a good one, man.
Yeah.
Definitely a good one. So how the hell are you, bro?
Good, man. I'm doing good. And I just wanted to thank you once again and publicly for you staying behind, manning up, staying behind to hold the fort down so the rest of us could go down there, and also giving the opportunity to some of our other teammates.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Kudos to you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you very much. So we appreciated that, and hopefully we met your expectations when we were down there.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. I'm really excited, man. RoofCon is the only big conference that I've ever actually got to experience, but I've heard a lot of things about all the other conferences, and I'm not going to say anything negative about anything, but personally, for what I got out of RoofCon last year and what RoofCon is about and what Hunter and all the people over there at roofing.com are about, I think it's the most rewarding and fulfilling conference out there for self-development, and just something that you can go to, not just being a roofer, but anyone in business or anyone trying to improve their personal life and all that kind of stuff, personal development and everything. I think it's one of the best ones out there. So.
Absolutely. And like you said, it aligns with our core values and things like that. And of course, you guys know I'm a part of the Revolt group. So that's why I'm kind of biased with the whole RoofCon thing, which in turn probably makes you a little biased with it too. But the things that they talk about in the message that they're trying to make other roofing contractors aware of, it's not always just about business, but most of it has to do with your personal life and what you're doing at home behind closed doors, if you can't be a kick-ass leader if you're not a kick-ass dad, you know what I mean? And if your home life's messed up, then your professional life's probably messed up too. And I think that's where, Hunter has really dialed that in. And I believe he may be having something coming out where, that like a retreat or a conference or something that doesn't pertain to like the roofing industry. And that's like RoofCon doesn't necessarily, like the speakers and the breakout sessions and stuff like that. Anybody like Jana's dad was there, David Bruno came down, and yes, the expo floor was roofing. Right. But there's so many inspirational speakers and motivational speakers and the message and the things that everyone's talking about, because it's kind of like this spiritual retreat / roofing conference which to me doesn't get any better than that,
Yeah.
to work, to be able to personally develop yourself. So then your professional life can go better and be easier.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to be able to network with people, like-minded people,
Right.
and it was cool to I know for me personally and selfishly to hang out with my Revolt brothers that I only get to see probably once or twice a year.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's cool. JP, got to talk with him. He sat right up front in my breakout, which definitely, so I had my cherry pop twice.
Yeah.
So I got to do my first breakout ever. And then several hours later, I got up to get on main stage.
Yeah.
With RD and Jen Silver and Brian Ward and Pete McKendricks with Roofer and Mike Claudio. If I butchered your name, man, I apologize. I think I can usually say it correctly when I see it, but
right.
I'm hell with names, so I apologize. But he's a stand-up dude, bro. He's got a lot of good things going for him. Mike does. He does business coaching and things like that, and is super, super informative and just a smart freaking dude. Just to listen to him talk makes me feel like a dum-dum when I'm around him. Yeah, he's just he's got a lot of knowledge and a lot of gold nuggets, man. So it was great to be on stage with him and a lot of other great people, and to have Brock, Reggie Brock up there being our the dude, the commentator,
the MC or
the MC.
yeah.
Right, to have him up there. He's, real big with Beacon Roofing. So to have him up there, plus he's an inspiration to a lot of us too. I know he's good friends with Erico, and Eric crushed it on stage.
I bet he did, man.
Dude.
I bet he did. Dude, I love Eric just for the simple fact that it doesn't matter what that guy's doing. Like, you're going to get the same Eric no matter what.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just a real dude. That he genuinely cares about people, man, and he cares about this industry. And there's a lot of things that I can relate to him with that have transpired in my life.
Yes.
With people in my life. I know that you feel the same way. I mean, he just keeps it real all the time, man. He's authentic, and I'd imagine he had a great
he's
breakup.
all in. He really, whatever he does, he does it well. He's the owner of D&M Roofing and Siding out in wherever, Nebraska, BFE, Nebraska, and he moved to Texas, and now he's opening up a location down in Texas, as if he doesn't have enough going on, and has become like this model example of what doing the next right thing can get you for you. Reaching out, Roofers in Recovery. I mean, we had meetings Monday and Tuesday morning. That was just a great way to start the morning off, bro. Yeah, thank God for that, because that got me grounded right before our breakout session that we did, because that was from 7:30 to 8:30, and then our breakout was at 9:15. So that was, I don't know if that was strategic, which I doubt, but it worked to my advantage for that to happen, and that was good. And we did the breakout session, and that was definitely probably one of the most, when I was out drinking, I guess, for those of you that don't know already, I'm a recovering alcoholic, and but my pipe dreams, when I would sit at the bar and I would talk about all these things that I'm going to do someday, or lie about the things that I had, right? My pipe dreams can't fathom how awesome my life is today. Right. And to be on the stage at RoofCon in a breakout session with 50 plus people, I'll say, in the room, beyond my wildest dreams. Right. To have the opportunity to do that, and to be asked to do that, and then to man up and say yes, because it could have been super easy for me to say no, because it was uncomfortable. Right. Right. But we play this game with ourselves. Absolutely. Right. That's how we roll here. Right. Man. To get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that was definitely one of those moments. And I remember saying to myself before I went up on stage, here's your chance, kid. Don't blow it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. So I went up there, I said a quick prayer, and I got up on stage, and I spent probably about 30 minutes trying to put some notes together that I keep notes on my iPad or my iPhone. And the title of it is My Why. And constantly, I've been doing it now for 2, maybe 3 years now. I'll just, if I have like these little moments of clarity or epiphanies of little one-liners that I think is cool, or something I hear in a book, or something that I read somewhere, or something that I heard someone say, I'll put it in there so I don't ever forget it, and I can kind of go back to it and just read it and remind myself, like, keep it simple, stupid, or don't forget where you come from, bum. Now they're not in there because that's the stuff that's
You'll
distilled.
never forget that stuff.
Right. Yeah. That's the stuff that's distilled in me, but like little one-liners like that. So, and then there's some other things that I just have maybe prepared for the show that like I read out of a book, and like I wrote it down because I wanted to share it with everybody else, but I never got around to doing it. So I compiled a few of those things together because I didn't want to make this real long thing where I wouldn't be able to read it anyhow. Plus I didn't want to stand at the podium,
read off a script and stuff. Right.
Yeah, reading my
That's not how
notes.
we roll anyways, man. We learned, and I know that you learned through doing all these, and you know, doing the Fearless 44 and the thing that you did with Patrick Carr and stuff on how
challenge. Yes.
How that can't happen. You know what I mean? You just got to kind of go with it, man. And you know, I watched your breakout session, and you know, I think that you don't give yourself enough credit, man, because you know, you're like, you know, you made the comment about your pipe dreams can't even fathom where you're at today. And it's like, that's the fruits of your labor, man. You know what I mean? That comes from, you know, the past however many years of being intentional, doing what you got to do to be a better father, a better husband, a better leader, all those things. And like, people notice that shit, man. It's consistent. And like, that's the most important thing about it, is just being intentional and being consistent.
Yes.
And, you know, I clearly remember last year when we were all at RoofCon, and, you know, seeing these people that you were up on stage with, and it's like, man, like we're seeing these people live, and like 1 calendar year later, like everyone's coming to see you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, just make sure you don't sell yourself short, man. Like that's the fruits of your labor, and you earned that. So like, don't be humble. I mean, don't hide.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be humble with that shit. And
yeah,
it's great, man. And I'm super happy for you. I'm super happy that, you know, the fruits of the team's labor are going out there, so that, you know, hopefully other people can wonder and pique some curiosity on how we do things here. And the team gets the recognition that they work hard for, and all that stuff, man. And it's all coming
to fruition.
For real.
Yeah.
For real. That's
it
good
is.
stuff,
it really
man.
is. And the thing that, like, you nailed it right there, is watching the excitement of the team after it was set up. You know, we haven't done anything like that before. Right. So we all kind of had a general idea of like, okay, we're going to Orlando. I got a funny story then to tell you. Don't let me forget about Geo. Okay. So we get to Orlando. I'm not even going to get into the when you're in the front of the convention center, it's you walk through the front doors, you go, and life is life. Well, the back doors, there's different rules played back there. There's a different game played back there. And we came across the Union, and we're like basically the only people that show up with our own vehicle, with our own equipment, and are ready to unpack it and set it up ourselves. But I won't. So we figured out the rules real quick on how to play that game. So, and by the end of it all, we were all high-fiving each other, and they were taking care of us. They really were. Once we figured out the rules, we could play the game. And to come to find out, I think most convention centers are like that. So FYI, right? We need to play nice with the locals. So anyhow, we'll keep that sugar coated. My passion came out.
I heard, man.
I got very passionate. Okay. Anyhow,
we're passionate up here in Pennsylvania.
That's right. Well, we know all about unions. We're in the melting pot of unions, you know, so we get it. But anyhow, we're all just trying to feed our families. Right. And at the end of the day, if we can help with them, facilitate that for them, and that's what we did. But we get down there, and we got a van loaded full of stuff, just stuff packed in there, right? Basically the exact replica of what we have here, right? We took that down there, from the flooring to the cameras to the lighting to everything, right? So everyone could see the behind the scenes of behind the tool belt, right?
Right.
So they could experience what we get to experience.
Right.
And at some days we probably take for granted.
Oh, we absolutely do.
Right.
We absolutely
And
do.
I don't think I really realized how much we take that for granted till everybody was like, holy crap.
Right.
Like, dude, really? Like Patrick Carr was like, dude, really?
Come on, guys.
Really? But we go big or go home. They should come up here sometime in February and see how we do on home shows.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, because honestly, that was kind of, I don't want to say small potatoes compared to what we do at home shows,
Right.
but we knock it out of the park as well when we do home shows.
If you take the sample size of the home show
Yeah.
in the venue that we do it at and the size of our display, I can see where you say that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
For sure.
For sure. For sure. And the thing is, it takes a lot of work, right?
It does.
And
It
it's
does,
not
man.
me. That's what I was trying to get to. It's not me, right? That did that. It was the team. And really all I did was fly in on a plane, right? And showed up, right? The team was bam, 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 unloaded stuff off the truck, wheeled it down the expo floor, started setting things up, and boom, there it was. And to watch the excitement and the fruits of the team's labor come to fruition like that, man, like the vision came to fruition, right? You know what I'm saying? And John, I think, even posted that on something. Somebody posted a picture, and he said vision to fruition.
Yeah.
So, and that summed it all up, you know, to watch everybody so proud of that, and made my heart happy, you know, to just watch everyone pull together. And we continuously, you know, on so many levels. And I told John on the way home, now 21 turkey, on to the next. You know what I mean? On to
that's
the
coming
next,
up soon too, man.
Yeah, on to the next big one. And you know, but those are the things that bring our culture tighter, closer, better, bigger, stronger.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. And you know, Stacy, I know, got a lot out of her breakouts. And at one point in time, I think she even apologized to me. She was like, I'm sorry. I should be doing this, and this for you. You know, what she just learned in this thing. And
it's the RoofCon effect,
John,
man.
Yeah, right.
It really
exactly.
is.
They got to experience the RoofCon effect. John, I don't know where he was, but like pops up and he's like, dude, you, like, man, we're going to do this. We're going to do that, because John's our website Google dude. And like, he must've sat in on something, and they met an EOS guy that like trains EOS, Chet, and John found like this guy. He gave them their book, and you know, we're getting ready to start studying next week EOS. So that like, it was all the stars aligned for everybody down there. You know, man, Glenn and Sam and Tyler. And I told Tyler last night, we went out to dinner, you know, about how awesome it is. Like, and I told you, like, I put my phone in my backpack and was like, not today, Satan. Well, when I picked my phone up, I might have had one missed call, and I think it was a spam call, and a few text messages, and they were from groups that you know, created, you know, a couple of texts. Like my father-in-law sends out like this motivational, inspirational, devotional.
So basically, there was no fires to put out or anything, nothing to worry about, nothing to get the stress level or blood pressure up.
And I hugged him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, because of his hard work. Right. And we talk about this all the time. You know, because he's so good at his job, I'm able to do my job, whatever that might be today. And then same with you. You're so good that Vic can do his job, vice versa. It goes back and forth. And you guys are working for each other. Right. And you know, and encouraging each other, carrying each other at times when you need carried. And that's, you know, because of RoofCon and what we put into going to RoofCon and then experiencing the RoofCon effect. Yeah. Right. Like that compiles, like it, like, I don't even know if there's a word for it unless you've experienced that.
It is hard to explain, man. It really is.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. I'm super grateful specifically. And, you know, this is just a bias thing from my team that I just came from. You know, the fact that Tyler and Gio got to go down and experience that, man, I could listen. There's a funny story. Okay. So I want to say it was Monday. Yeah. I think it was Monday evening. I get a random text from Gio, right? And like I could tell just after reading the text that my man just got out of something good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because like I could feel the emotion through the text of the gratefulness and like the feeling that I got when I walked out of those rooms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how thankful I was, and like it opens up like another eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you can that you see things a little bit differently, and like you think about things a little bit differently, and how to be more intentional. Like prior to RoofCon, I don't even think that I really understood the importance of being more intentional at home, at work, at you know, in all aspects of life. And like, you know, it was a really, really cool text message. You know, I felt the love, and you know, I shared the love back and everything. And I know that number one, I want to shout out Tyler. I'm in all the group texts that he's in with all of our builders and everything. I know how busy RoofCon is and how busy your day is and demanding it is to try to take everything in.
Yes.
My man ain't missed one text message. Like he was right on the spot, answering, replying, dealing with the guys in the field. And I know what that's like because I did it last year, and I know how demanding that is. So kudos to you, Tyler.
Yeah, for real.
For
And
staying
Sam,
on top of that.
Sam
and Sam
and Stacy did
same.
payroll.
I
Sunday
know.
Morning.
And I don't want to take anything away from anyone else. I just personally saw it with Tyler because I'm just in those messages and was involved in that stuff every day. And like
he does such a great job at it that you
awesome,
didn't have
dude.
to get involved.
Yeah,
but you
it's
could
awesome.
have,
Absolutely,
and would have.
I was ready to.
I know you were.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But you know, the team just handled business, man. You know, and you know, shout out Stacy and Sam for. I mean, they still had to get payroll done while they were down there and do all that stuff. So you know, Sam was texting me Sunday night, and you know, it's just great, man. It's great. It's a very humbling feeling.
Yeah.
And I'm just super happy that the people that got to experience it, you know, I can't wait to hear some of their stories and their perspectives on it, and
me too,
and all that stuff. So
yeah, it's going to take me a couple of days to digest everything. It all happened so quick, and I know everybody has to be tired, dude. I mean, we put in the hours, working the booth, trying to do the breakout sessions, listening to the keynote speakers, and then of course dinner. Everybody wants to go out to dinner. Where are you going to dinner?
Right.
And that was probably the toughest thing, was deciding who are we going to dinner with?
Go hang out with, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it almost should be like an entire week, but then it would have to be like 10 days.
Right.
Because like it just would compile, like there's not enough time.
Right.
Right. But that's where relationships need to strengthen, and we need to stay in contact with those people that we only see or talk to once or twice a year. That should stop. You know, maybe that's the lesson in that, where, you know, those that we met for the first time, staying in touch with, like Joshua, iRoofing. Dude, like we're BFFs on Facebook. Never met the dude.
Yeah.
Never met him. Finally got to meet him down at RoofCon, and it was like, I've known him my whole life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Thank God for social media. So I hit him up tonight. He said the storm's coming in. He was going to try to get on, but we didn't want to risk. That's not why, you know, but we didn't actually have anybody lined up to come on the show tonight because we didn't know when we were getting back, if we were going to be in Florida doing this, or what the timeline was going to be. So we didn't want to run someone through that and end up with a shitty episode of them. So we decided, but I thought at the last minute, I reached out to him, but he reminded me of the storm that they were experiencing down there in Florida, and that he didn't want to lose internet or something in between.
Yeah. Yeah, I think our video locked up, but our audio is still going, and that's the important part.
Yeah,
that we've learned through 150 episodes. As long as the audio is here,
absolutely,
y'all will stay here.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So one of the things that I want to circle back here real quick on. You remember? I think it was. Man, I can't remember who we had on the show. I know TJ. It was when I was down in Orlando on my family vacation. And I know TJ was on there. I can't remember who the other guest was.
Oh, John Sinek.
Yeah, John Sinek.
Yeah.
So TJ asked the question, you know, what do you think someone should be prepared to do, or like what should they pull out of a conference? And TJ made the comment about, you know, network and how important networking is. And, you know, if nothing else, being able to network with all those like-minded people down there, because it really is, it's the majority of the big time players in the roofing industry that have that same mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want to go down there, they want to learn, and they want to pour into others. You know what I mean? And just having that feeling with convention center full of those like-minded people. It's just, it's really inspiring and really cool, man. And it keeps you on that high for months, months after that.
Totally does. It totally does. And that's a great, what you brought up, topic that you brought up there, because I was talking to Dylan Mullins and he made the comment that, networking, how Are we back?
Yeah, we back.
Okay.
We back.
But he made a great comment that network with everybody, anybody, just reach your hand out and say, hey, I'm Ty Backer, how are you? And they reply back, hey, I'm so and so with so and so roofing company, and just sit there and listen to their story for a minute. And there's so much that you can learn from everybody at those conventions. It doesn't have to be the heavy hitters, you know what I mean? It's these small mom and pop shops that have been around for decades, that obviously know what they're doing and have a system put in place that no one's ever thought of, but it's been working for them for years. So I thought that was a neat point of view. When he said that, I was like, you're right, because that was us. That was us.
Yeah.
5 years ago, 10 years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? A year ago, you know what I mean?
And there's nothing wrong with being content. If not everyone wants to run $100 million business.
No.
You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with, opening a business for the intent of, providing your kids with a summer job or teaching your kids a trade and making money and supporting your family. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Not everyone has to scale to the moon. No. You know what I mean? And you shouldn't feel any sort of way if you're content with having a $3 million a year business or even $1 million a year business. I mean, that's still a hell of an accomplishment.
You're right.
In America,
and
bro.
if you're running it efficiently, the owners and the team are making a good living.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And like you said, and it's okay to be content with that. That's what they scaled to. That's there's nothing wrong with having a $3 to $5 million company. And to be honest with you, it's a hell of a lot of less headaches to stay at that size.
Yeah.
And listen, with the technology that we have today compared to 5 years ago, 10 years ago, even 3 years ago, you can do that so much more simpler than you could even just 5 years ago. I mean, everything communicates. You put it in one place and it shows up everywhere it needs to go. Right. So now you got less moving parts.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate. But before I forget, you were talking about Geo. So let's circle back to Geo and again, and plug in our team again. I'm sorry if we talk about our team a lot, but
I'm not sorry.
It's our family. So know this, if we're talking about our team, we're talking about our families, and we love our families.
Yeah.
Right. So one morning I saw Geo and Javier comes over on vacation, and we usually end up sucking him into helping us with whatever it is. We
he loves that shit, man.
Yeah, we absorb his knowledge when he's over here visiting Geo and their mom, right? So he elected to help us while he was here, just hang out with us and stuff like that. So I thought, man, how cool would it be to have Geo go to Florida with us? So it was, 5:30 in the morning. It was dark out, and I'm standing on the dock, and there was Geo standing outside the van, because sometimes there's a line here. And I came down off the thing. I said, hey, man, you want to go to Orlando next week? And he was like, okay, cool. So I was like, cool, man. I'll fill you in on some of the details later. He's like, all right, cool, man. So he jumps in the van. He goes to work, and I go to work. And then what day did we? Friday comes rolling around. Him and Javi drove down the road together. And I don't know, what was it? Sunday, we're all kind of standing there, and Geo's like, what are we doing here? It's like, dude, wait, what? I'm like, what do you mean? What are we doing here? Like, we're at RoofCon.
Yeah.
And we're going to set up shop. And he was like, oh. I was like, did you guys not speak to each other on the way down the road? Like, dude, I was dying. like that might even been Monday. Like he still was like figuring out
Like, why are we here, guys?
yeah, like what are we doing? But to go back to like ride or dies.
Yeah. He
right?
didn't even give a fuck what we were doing down here.
No.
He said, "Yeah, I'll go."
Yeah.
Sure.
You know what I mean? That just tells you like, and David KX, when we were like, hey, you're driving a van to Florida. Okay, man. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. It's that fellowship and that camaraderie. And, I think most of us would fall on a sword for each of us, and that's just, again, me plugging our team again. But I love you guys and whoever's listening, I can't see because we don't have our monitor set up. But to be able to do things like this and to have the courage, one of the biggest reasons why we do what we do is because I personally have the courage to step outside my comfort zone and take a stab at something because I know the team will stand behind it. And whatever my first initial idea of that was, you guys will make it better.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so thank you for helping me with whatever dream I might have tonight and bring to the table tomorrow morning
Absolutely,
and
man.
you guys making it come to reality. And I hope that a lot of this is your dream too. So.
Yeah. I mean, it honestly, man, it would have to be, because the magic that we talk about that goes on under this roof, it wouldn't happen if it wasn't. You know what I mean? Like I look at our team like the Spartan shield wall. It's, it's the impenetrable defense. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and it's only good because everyone's got their shield up. You know what I mean? Everyone's there. Everyone's in unison. Everyone's moving together.
Yes.
And I can't wait to see what next year is going to be, man. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff that have happened in the last 24 months. Probably I'm probably putting that light, man. Probably the last 5 years. Yeah. The stuff that has happened here and the stuff that's going to continue to happen for the reasons it's happening. Yeah. That's the big part, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's not anything going on to take over the world monetarily or anything like that. It's a lot of it is so that we can feed all the crazy ideas we have on giving back to people and all that stuff. We have the 21 turkey salute coming up.
The impact.
It's
about
the
a bigger impact. How can we create more jobs? How can we create more wealth? How can we put more food on the tables of not just our professional counterparts, but our community. Our community's become a huge part of who we are and what we do and why we do it, our purpose, our why, and we talked about this before. If you would rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the best and 1 being the worst, where do we rate ourselves in our professional life, in our personal life, in our community, and in our industry, right? And then I'd like to score a perfect 10. You know what I mean? It's progress rather than perfection. But I'm going to put it on a scale. And if I write these things down and where I can improve, I'm only a 5 in the community. Well, guess what? Tomorrow I want it to be a 6.
Yeah.
If I'm a 7 or a 4, who knows? In my personal life, well, tomorrow I want it to be a 5 or an 8.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If I can make it 1% better, right, than I did yesterday, then that's a win, right? Because some days I have shitty days.
Yeah.
Right. Some days I have shitty days. Some days I might say things that I might not like. Some days things just don't go my way and I don't handle it well, or I just get the shit kicked out of me, because sometimes life kicks the shit out of us. Right. But the one thing that I've learned over the years is that day, that entire day doesn't have to be like that. Right. Like we can start our day over as many times as we need to, and as many times as we allow ourselves to, because I know years ago, I used to get jammed up. One little thing would happen first thing in the morning. Right. And it would ruin my entire day.
Yep. My
entire day. It wouldn't matter how great other things were that happened. And I was going to a great meeting and that was a great outcome. It wouldn't matter. I'd probably cancel that meeting. You know what I mean? Like I would take it to that extent. And today I've gotten a little bit better where I can take, usually before I start to let my day ruin itself, or me ruining my day, is after about like the 5th or 6th thing that's happened. That's just kicked me in the gut. And sometimes I just got to remove myself. Sometimes I got to walk out of the office, jump in the truck, run down to Rofo, grab a couple of Red Bulls, crack open a fucking Slim Jim, and just sit
Go
there.
back to the office like you're starting over, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That way, because it is what it is, and we don't have to stay stuck on our stuff. And most of that stuff is we've amplified it between our ears. We've made it so much worse than what it really is. And I heard something really cool. Is it worth me spending 5 minutes of my time on? Is it going to matter in 5 years?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, should we even waste 5 minutes? Is it really that important where it's going to affect us 5 years from now? And it's kind of like, nope. All right, then move on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you try to put it into that perspective, like that could potentially be half my day.
For real.
Where I get jammed up on stuff and spend 5 minutes too much, sometimes 5 hours too long stewing in something. And it's like, I just wasted time in life. Time is something that we're never going to get back. And the older that I get, it's like, between the people that I surround myself with, the time that I spend with people, I need to make sure it's the right people. Right. Because life is too short.
For real.
The things that I'm doing, if I'm not enjoying it, right, why am I doing it? And let's get it down to even food, right? Like, if I'm not enjoying, if it's shitty food, like, why am I even eating this?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to eat shit food anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't have to. Why am I wasting my time eating this shit food? And I'm not saying I go to a restaurant and that's shit food and I lose my shit, and I've done that already. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, if I don't like it, then don't eat it. And they'll come over and say, was something wrong? I was like, yeah, it tastes like shit.
It tastes like shit, man. Take that shit back.
Can you give me something else? Like, why am I going to sit there and be like, oh man, this really sucked. My steak was cold or whatever. When
mind? You and Jana go to a restaurant, which one of you guys are the ones that tells the waiter it's shit?
It depends. It depends on her mood, or it depends on my mood. And that's me saying that to myself, because my steak was cold the other night. But see, this is what's crazy. I eat cold steak.
Right.
And Janet's like, why aren't you warming that up? Dude, listen, don't forget where you come from, bum.
Yeah.
Like, this is good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So my good might not be your good.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I didn't mind it. It came out the way that I wanted it, made. It was just, it was cold. And it was like, and at first I was like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? But then I was like, Jana's got dinner ready.
She's going to fill your belly up.
She made
just
dinner
the same.
at 5 o'clock. I didn't eat it. I'm going to eat it when I get home. What's the difference? So, and that's the thing. Was I going to waste 5 minutes of that gentleman's time, the chef's time, my time, when everybody else is eating? Or do I eat the cold steak?
Yeah.
It was great. I mean, it really was. Like, how important was it?
Right. It's really not that important.
Poor Ty had a cold steak.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So, I don't know. That's what RoofCon did for me.
Yeah.
I did lose my shit, though, once when I was there. My passion got the best.
Passion came out.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that one night. Maybe
say the freedom word a couple of times.
I can only imagine. Yeah. Constitutional rights, I think, came out. And all kinds of other stuff.
Yeah, I believe it, man.
Yeah.
I believe it. I heard the story and I can only imagine.
Yeah. I don't even know where that came from. I have no idea. But yeah, it was good. It was good, man. I think it was one of those things. It was like two alpha dogs going at each other. And after that, it was like we both respected each other.
Yeah.
As weird as that might sound, I think that's how it went. Because the next morning, dude walked up to me and was like, "What's up, boss man?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, great. Things are great, man. Thanks for your help yesterday."
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's good stuff, man.
It was good.
Good stuff.
The entire thing was good. And like I said, more things will come back to me. It happened so quick, happened so rapidly. I got to sit in on Erico's podcast, Be Authentic or Get the F Out. I'm trying to tone that down a little bit. I don't know if you noticed that, but I did catch bits and pieces of our podcast. And I say the F word entirely too many times. So I'm going to try to cut that back a little bit. It's just, I don't know. It made me cringe a little bit.
Did it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because I don't rewatch our stuff.
made me cringe a little bit. Oh, and then somebody posted something, and this might have been last week or 2 weeks ago. Some lady, I don't even know her name, but she said something about, little children could be listening to this too.
Well, it's funny that you say that. Mark Jones, if you're watching right now, I know you watch on YouTube. He was actually in the shop today, and we were talking, and I made the comment about how, he said that his son was bugging him on, hey, when are you going back on that show? And he's like, I don't know, I might not be enough of a rock star anymore to get on behind the tool belt. So we were laughing about that, and I was like, isn't it funny how like the effect that like YouTube and all that kind of stuff has on the kids? Because like my kids will literally watch this in my living room sometime, and I'm cringing because like I don't want to hear my voice while I'm trying to eat breakfast and shit, man. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's like, guys, why are you watching that right now? But like they love it, man.
I know.
You know what I mean? They think that we're little celebrities and stuff. So it's cool, But he said, yeah, so just keep that in mind when you guys are flying that F-bomb, that kids definitely do watch that show. And I was like, yeah, you're right, man.
Yeah.
You're right.
So I'll pick and choose when. It's got to be F-bomb worthy.
Right. I'll try to stick with Jana, man. Jana does the freedom.
Tomorrow night, who knows what all bets are off. Who knows? But anyhow, one day at a time. Yeah, we'll take it one day at a time. And how long have we been on here?
I don't even know,
I
man.
couldn't share
41 minutes.
41 minutes.
Does anyone out there have any kind of questions for Ty or Vic or anyone about RoofCon? We can do some shout outs here. I see Jana in here. Dan Barker. What's going on, buddy? I actually got to see Dan in person the other day.
Did you?
Friday. No. Was it Monday? I don't know, man. This week's kind of been blended together. Ray Rosilli's in here.
Raymond.
Zach Fisher. What's going on, buddy? I seen the new bike, man. Can't wait to see some behind the tool belt stickers on that sucker. David KX, Chuck in the truck. Pappy's in here. Who else we got, man? Who else we got? Javier.
Jana said Bob Backer. Okay, so why she said Bob Backer is because my mom, Ann and Bob Backer. Well, I handled it, the union guys in a Bob Backer fashion. I did not handle it with the intentions of Van Backer, but that's why, if anyone wanted to know why she said Bob Backer, because I'll go home and be like, man, I pulled a Bob Backer today, babe. Or today, man,
Jana's probably like, oh no.
Yeah. Or I'll say, man, I pulled an Ann Backer today. She's like, oh, did you kill it?
Yeah.
Because she could kill people. She could get her point across without losing her mind.
Passive aggressive.
Yeah. Like she was real good about that. She don't get me wrong. You didn't want to piss her off, but you would really have to push her buttons to do that. But she was real good about taking care of business the right way.
Yeah.
Not that my dad, I'm not taking anything from my dad. My dad's old school and will give his shirt off. You just don't want to make him mad.
Right.
In a situation like that where he felt like we were being picked on and we were bullied and we didn't understand the rules, I'm not saying what my behavior was justified, but but
Jana said it was the mafia, not the union. From the story that I heard, man, it sounded like it was some mafia shit going on for sure.
Yeah. I'm lucky to be here, probably.
Swimming with the fishes, man. The water's pretty close there in Orlando, buddy.
No Florida mafia. But no, it was fun. It was a great experience. Now we know. I heard they're just like that in Dallas. Then this is funny too, because so Mike Ippy went down with us. I don't know where he was the first night or the first day we set up. We didn't. Okay, so we set up on Sunday, most of it. We didn't know we could, but we did. The doors were open and people were bringing stuff in. So we were like, screw it, let's do it. Let's get the heavy lifting over with. So I think Mike decided to fly his girlfriend in and met her at the airport or something. That's where he was. So I don't think he was up to speed yet on anything. So he comes rolling out and he comes out to the docks and he's like, yo, man, this one time in Dallas, man, I got in a fight with this guy, the dock worker, the dude on the forklift, man, they wouldn't let us bring the truck in. I was like, really?
Telling you the whole story that just transpired.
And I looked at Vic and I'm like, remember that. Dallas is the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mental note taken, Mike. Thanks. I was like, well, we kind of had a situation here yesterday too. And he was like, oh, yeah. So yeah, so
That's funny.
it must be dock workers, any dock workers,
Yeah.
whether it be at a convention center or
Right.
not any dock, but a lot of dock workers must be in a
Right.
union type of thing. But that was wild, man. Wild. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We didn't know. That's for sure. We
Yeah.
were rookies at that.
And then honestly, man, for all you know, the guy driving the forklift could have just been having a bad day. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and you were just the first MFer that came across him that he felt like he could spiel on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I guess he didn't realize how we roll up here, bro.
Tom Markle says sometimes you just gotta let them have it.
Sometimes you got to, man. You got to let them know what the hell the deal is, man.
Yeah.
It's like, look, I'm a nice guy, but don't
Yeah.
freedom with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't freedom with me. We let them know. They treated it. They killed us with I swear to God, even leaving, they Elizabeth Casadilla come rolling in there.
Mm-hmm.
I walked over, they started, and I walked over, I called him Boss Man, walked over to Boss Man. I was like, hey, listen, we'll help her. He was like, I got you. So he went and got her a skid, a forklift. They took her stuff in.
Oh,
no questions
gotcha.
asked.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. He took the ticket off it'll print out a ticket on the forklift. I guess the forks have a scale on it.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah, dude, they got that shit down to a science, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. So he ripped the little printer thing, the kind of like our little receipt. He went rip. Hopefully I'm not getting him in trouble right now.
Yeah.
And he stuck it in his pocket. So listen, mutual respect. I respect the shit out of those guys down there in Florida. Big time.
That's cool.
That's how they feed their families, bro.
Mhm.
I think they get paid. That's how they get paid.
Right.
Each person on a forklift.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I get it now. I understand the rules. So we played well the second day, third day. There's Dan Barker there. Shay, CJ.
Yeah. What's up, Shay?
Bob Barker. Dan.
Sammy's on here. Tim Brown was in here. I'm not sure if he's still watching. Shout out to Hook Agency, one of our sponsors.
Yes. We need to get a commercial from him. He was talking about asking if we could run a little commercial for him. We got to get that. Tim, if you're still in there, shoot that thing over here so we can start getting that in there for sure.
Yeah. Who else we got in here? Britt's watching. What's up, girl? Cody Rogers. Larona is watching. That's all I got on my feed, man. I can't scroll up any further.
Yeah. Thank you, John Boy.
But yeah, man, it was definitely very quiet here, man. It was like eerily quiet. The people that were left in the office, we all kind of huddled together in the same room and got work done and busted shit out. And it was a good week, man. It was a good week. Got to bond with people that we don't normally get to interact with. You know what I mean? So it was a good time, man. But we also got a lot accomplished, man. We got a lot accomplished, and I personally got to see a little bit of what goes on, with Lauren's job, like what all she has to deal with throughout the day, and got to interact with some of the sales guys a little bit more than I normally would. Just because without having people here, me and Bucky were talking about it. It's like, why is the effect? Like, why is it seem more mellow right now than it normally is? And it wasn't like a good thing or a bad thing. It was just, there wasn't any other people in there dealing with their department issues with a whole group of people. You know what I mean? Like it was just a select few of us, and we dealt with issues as they came in, and you just got to see more sides of things that you didn't normally get to see. And it was cool, man. It was cool.
Corinna told me you guys worked out there with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You and Tim.
Yeah. I set up at Dingus's desk. Yeah, he had all kinds of snacks there for me. So I just sat there and honestly, man, we worked on that spreadsheet. We had a spreadsheet that we had working, and dude, it took us numerous hours to get it done. But we just plugged away, and it was a good time, man. It was enjoyable. Good time to spend with the team. But yeah, dude, I'm really excited to talk to some of the guys.
Yeah.
Tomorrow when they come back in and just see their perspectives and what they took away from it.
Me too.
And all that stuff. It's good stuff.
Me too. We should get together and have a little meeting about it and jot some things down.
Yeah.
Because there was so much to take in. So much good stuff. All of it was so good. So good. So good. So we highly recommend RoofCon to anyone. I know they were trying to get I don't know what was that guy. That guy was trying to pre-order tickets for next year already. So they're already running
that's awesome.
discounts on tickets. And man, I made new friends too,
Yeah.
dude. Like, you know what I mean? People that will probably stay in our life for a minute. You know what I mean? Just a lot of great relationships were built. People I never even met, not even on social media yet.
Right.
People that we met there, and the relationship building, the networking, and the education that Hunter put together, and his team, Jenna and Blake, bro, and Daniel, dude, they crushed it. They crushed it.
Yeah.
I mean, they crushed it to put together like 253 vendors
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
were there, and over 3,000. I don't even know the exact number. I think he was shooting for 5,000, but I think the storm Ian, because remember last year under the carport, it was nothing but jacked up pickup trucks.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like that this year. That was all the locals.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Because I think every Florida roofing contractor right now is working on Ian.
Right.
Because that just came through, plus getting prepared for today's storm.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it hurt him by no means. He definitely 10x up what he did there last year as far as the attendees go. And honestly, I have he could have hit the 5,000 mark.
Yeah.
With just the amount of people that flew in.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because dude, the hotel was just like it was last year. So he probably did hit at least 4,000
Yeah.
people.
It seemed like more people were out mingling at the hotel than, like, from what I saw, because I watched a couple of the live videos that Hunter posted and some other people that I follow on Facebook. But like the pool area. So it seemed like there was a lot more people from RoofCon gathering, or maybe I just didn't notice it last year because I didn't recognize a lot of the people that I recognize now.
Yeah.
But it seemed like that the Rosin Hotel was popping this year, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think more people might have stayed there too. Or
Yeah.
like maybe like you said, we didn't recognize these people or something.
I remember last year, you guys remember we got there, I think, a little bit earlier than everyone else did last year. And they had that security convention going on. So our hotel was all quiet. And I remember the night that after that, me and Britt went down. It was probably like 1 a.m. or something. We went down to smoke a cigarette and the vibe was so different. It was like, dude, as soon as the elevator doors opened, like I could hear hollering and carrying on. I was like, the roofers are here.
Yes. Right. The Texas boys showed up.
The roofers are here now. Because the day before that 1 a.m., it was like a ghost town in there. Like it was, you could have heard a pin drop, and it's like, dude, it was like a party.
Yeah.
That next day, once
you
all
could
the
tell
roofers
because
showed
we
up.
got there a day and a half early, and it was quiet. But like the night before, it was popping.
Gotcha.
It was popping. And it was a Sunday night, so you know that why. And everyone had, whatever roofing shirts on, or Revolt or RoofCon or something. So it was easily identifiable that most of the people, 90% of the people there were roofing industry related, affiliated somehow, some way, shape, or form. But man, it was good. David Bruno came down.
Yeah, I seen that. I bet he ate that all up, man.
Dude.
Probably wasn't expecting what he saw.
No, and he said that, dude. He said that he went to the RIR meeting with us in the morning. He was getting welled up.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
It was deep.
That's
how it just
flows from there, man.
Man.
Yeah. So I'm going to put you on the hot seat real quick here at the end. Just speaking on terms of our booth and our setup and our presence down there, what is one thing that you think exceeded expectations? And what is one thing that you think that we could have improved upon or done differently next time?
Okay. Did it meet or exceed my expectations?
Just one aspect of our presence or anything. Like what's one aspect that you think
we made our mark?
Mm-hmm.
I think I even said it in a breakout session. If you don't know what behind the tool belt is, by the end of the weekend, you're going to know what it is. Mm-hmm. That message was received. I think our point of trying to do that, to try to get this out there and
mm-hmm.
for our, entertainment and education and stuff like that, is why we do this.
Right.
And then what was your second part?
What is one aspect of it that you think that we could improve upon or that we could have done differently for if we do this next
second
year?
floor on the booth.
Second floor on the booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We almost did it.
Really?
I saw there was a booth that had a second floor, and I knew we needed 32 2x6s, 18-foot long, and you guys got to go to Lowe's right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they vetoed that.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love
they
it.
vetoed it. So second floor maybe next year, or maybe roofer's roast. You know, make it
Ooh, that's a good
instead
idea.
of a 20x20, we'll do like a 20x40 with
Mhm.
roofer's roast.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
set up the coffee shop, bring a barista with us.
Yeah, dude, that's a really good idea.
And
Because that's
just,
a hit at the home shows for
yeah,
sure.
so we'll do something, or that might be the second floor, or the podcast will be on the second floor and the roofer's roast will be below us. Something, we'll do something off the fucking wall. Know that. And that deserved an F-bomb.
Freedom, yeah.
Because it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah,
Man.
I love
That's
it.
good stuff. For why?
Since you've been over in this department, man, you helped me leaps and bounds. I was able to go down there and focus on what I needed to focus on,
Mhm.
and not have to worry about it being up here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
That's what we for, brother.
Everybody
Yeah,
up
for
here.
sure.
Everybody
appreciate
up
that,
here,
Vic.
man.
everybody up here, but specifically, maybe a little selfish.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
It
Everybody.
was good stuff, man.
I had a moment with Tyler, like I said, you know, it wasn't even intentional. Just I caught us outside smoking a cig together. I think it was last night. And it was like, dude, I got to tell you, man, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, thank you. Yeah. Thank everybody, you know,
Mhm.
Sam and even the crew that was with us. But, you know, thank you for everyone that stayed behind. Like, you know, Kim unfortunately hasn't been able to ever experience anything, whether it be, you know, poor Kim, you know, the YBA functions or anything like that, you know, but she's, you know, not, and again, that goes back to me probably assuming that, you know, I know she lives a busy personal life,
Yeah.
and I know she would say no, and I probably have asked her, you know, on several occasions, hey, do you want to, you know, you're more than welcome to come, but she's busy. She's busy. You know, Brandon, I wish he would get more involved with some stuff too, but I know he's busy too, Brandon and Shay.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact that they would love that shit.
Yeah.
And they somehow, some way, shape, form, they gotta figure out a way to be able to pull off one of these functions that we do, or, you know, attend.
Yeah.
But because of those people staying behind like that, you staying behind, like I said earlier, thank you for allowing someone else to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we can kind of maybe rotate in and out, you know, a little bit. But the principals, you know, like I said, you know, when we were in that breakout, it's like, you know, the principals are here, our leading members are at this function right now, which I
Mhm.
feel like is the most important people that need to be absorbing this,
Right.
especially Stacy, you know, and I'm glad that she picked up what we were putting down. Like, you know, this is, yes, I want you to party, and yes, I want you to have a good time, but there's a reason why you're here strategically.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I didn't even have to explain that to her. You know, I think once your first experience with RoofCon, I think sometimes we miss the point,
Mhm.
but, and I know personally I've done that myself, but she right away picked up on, okay, there's breakouts. And I think because they gave us a nice booklet this
Mhm.
year, they probably always did, but I just never noticed it. But there was this nice booklet, and it gave you the times of the breakouts and what the topics were.
Yeah.
So when we finally got registered, we got a nice bag, and it had some swag in it, and it had this book. And when you open the book, it said who, when, where, and when, what
Mhm.
time. And I think once she saw that, she was like, "Ooh, you know, accounting and whatever other things that she went to."
Yeah.
Yeah. And she ran up to me and she was like, "Man, I went to this thing, and I got to tell you, I'm so sorry, because I should be doing it this way for you."
Yeah.
You know, and so I know she's super stoked. And if Stacy's listening, she had to fly home early. Her mom was rushed to the hospital.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah,
man.
so she came home a day early. So hopefully that's good. I forgot to reach out to her and ask her if everything was okay there. But anyhow, Aggie, one of the biggest fans. She loves us. We love her. She's part of our people.
Yeah, I seen you had her on there.
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
show down there.
Yep, she did it, killing it. She's crushing it. She's crushing it with the new company she's with right now, Roof Shield. Big shout out to them and her. She's crushing it down there in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and she's making her name for herself. She's branding herself. She's doing what she's got to do to do what she's got to do.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
so
what it's about, man.
big kudos to her and stepping out of her comfort zone, left the job to pursue something else. So big shout out to her to have the balls to
Yeah.
do something like that to make it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
yeah, man.
But yeah, we're pretty much right at our hour mark here, guys.
Yeah.
Just a couple thoughts here before we wrap up. Number one, make sure you guys hop over to our YouTube page, subscribe, like, share that out. We got to get some more followers on
we
that.
do.
Help with the algorithms. Also, 21 Turkey Salute is coming up
Yeah, man.
very quickly. Zach, I did see that you mentioned in there that you have your vacation day in for it, on what time to be there. Honestly, man, I think that we normally get down there about 8-9 o'clock, something like that.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a part of that earlier, meet us at the shop. Otherwise, just whenever you want to show up, just reach out to one of us, man. You and the kids and Nicole are more than welcome.
Yeah.
Anytime, anywhere that we go, man.
Yeah,
we appreciate you always supporting us, buddy.
Big shout out to YBA, but more importantly, one of the ladies at the YBA, her husband works at Dietz and Watson. Right? Is that?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I think that's the name of it. Well, right outside here, they delivered over 125 gallons of oil.
Oh, awesome.
That's what's sitting out there. So hopefully none of these Riris out here think it's motor oil or something. That's canola oil. Because it's actually almost like it almost looks like it's in like that racing fuel jug. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No
anyone out
touchy.
there listening that works here, do not touch that oil out there.
Yeah.
Right? They delivered it to the wrong door, but that's okay. It's all good. But thank you guys for tuning in every week. Thank you for everything. We had such a great week, and man, it's just amazing. Like as I just need some time to digest all this crap that's going on right now.
I know, right? It's been a busy couple months for you, man.
For real, for all of us, you know. And it goes back to the team. I just show up and bam, there you are. And I was on this kick where it's like, thank you for co-signing my shit, but it's not even my shit. You know what I mean? This isn't my shit, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? So hopefully no one takes that wrong when I say thank you for co-signing my shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying that in a selfish aspect. You know what I mean? I'm saying that like, thank you for working so fucking hard. You know?
Yep.
Thank you. So that's it, man. I am petered out. I've been in front of this mic like I don't even know how long for how many days straight.
Yeah, man.
But I'm ready to just get back to work.
Yeah.
You know,
for sure.
Tomorrow morning.
For sure. So yeah, if anyone needs any information on the 21 Turkey Salute, we have a Facebook page for it. It's 21 Turkey Salute. You can hop on TC Backers Facebook page. We got plenty of information on there. You can reach out to any one of the team members on how you can be involved, how you can help.
Oh man. Big shout out to Javier, man. Big shout out to him because, on his vacation, he gave us some pointers to what and how to set things up and stuff. Not that you guys aren't capable of doing it, but it's always nice to have his guidance.
For sure.
To
man.
Help us.
He's a big help, and he plays a large role in what this has become, and just the little tips and tricks on what we've been able to turn this into over the past year. You know what I mean? He's definitely played a big part in that, man.
And Gio too, man. Gio went down there. He didn't even know what he was going down there for, bro. And that's what's comical. I don't even know. We were already there for 2 days, I think, and he was like, what are we doing? Like, what did you think? I don't know. Like, what the poor kid? Like, did you guys? What was your conversation down the road? Was it dead silence or what? Right. 14-hour trip with a van full of crap. Like, you didn't. I wouldn't. I guess I didn't explain it.
That's
I
funny.
just assumed everybody knows RoofCon. Yeah, it's RoofCon week.
Yeah,
let's go. I don't know.
That's funny, man. That's good
but
stuff.
thank you guys. Thank you everybody, man. That Glenn's a freaking beast. Everybody knows Glenn's a beast. Heather, his wife, is a freaking beast. Right? Best travel agent in the biz, bro. seriously, she's made so many different travel arrangements between people going, not going, coming in different states, leaving, going, staying, like
Right.
beast mode, car setting up. I mean, on it. So give Heather Orr out at AAA. I think it's AAA is where she works. Give her a shout if you guys any travel needs or arrangements. I'm
Yeah.
not even trying to sell this shit, but I'm just saying, dude, she
Yeah.
is a
Makes it very
freaking
convenient, man. When you have
beast.
someone else that worries about that for you, man.
Yeah, bro. Cars, you know,
Yeah.
we needed a ride from, I mean, we had 16 people coming from the airport. She had it dialed in, homie.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Dialed in. So anyhow,
Takes a lot of stress away. Yeah. Yeah, that's the important
Yes.
part too, man.
big time. Big
Yeah.
time.
So yeah, everyone, we'll see you guys next week, next Wednesday, 7 p.m. for episode 151.
Mhm.
We will have a special guest on. We're not telling you who it is. You have to tune in.
Yes.
Everyone enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you guys next Wednesday.
See ya.